highway, chasing the sun. Larry's at the wheel, got the engine on the run. Salty's got the playlist, singing out loud. Another open road, another brand new town. From the mountains high to the oceans deep, they're living the dream, they ain't losing sleep. With a glass bar full and a tank of gas, they ain't slowing down, they ain't looking back. They fly through the skies, chasing the breeze. Roll down the road, feeling so free. Ride the waves where the sunsets go. Forever Huffs living, wherever they go. Cruising down the coastline, drinking their hands, dancing on the deck to a steel drum band. Larry's cracking jokes, making new best friends. Saucy's snapping pictures, cause the fun won't end. From the northern lights to the streets of Rome, everywhere they go they make it their home. With the world so big and their hearts so wide, they'll keep on moving till the end of the ride. They fly through the skies, chasing the breeze. Roll down the road, feeling so free. Ride the waves where the sunsets go. Forever Huffs living, wherever they go. No map, no plan, just a ticket in hand. They'll follow the stars and the golden sand. Every new town, another great story. Living this life in all of its glory. They fly through the skies, chasing the breeze. Roll down the road, feeling so free. Ride the waves where the sunsets go. Forever Huffs living, wherever they go. So if you see them on by, give them a wave. They're choosing adventure, they're feeling brave. Larry and Saucy, hearts open wide. Forever Huffs living, enjoying the ride.
Well, what's happening? Look, we got Georgie in there. We got Paul in there. Somebody else. We're showing about 3 on here on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yep. We're also streaming on Rumble. I don't know how many we got on Rumble. Let's see. I hadn't looked at Georgie's numbers yet, but Paul, I went to your channel and my goodness, you got a following. Doing good with that music stuff. That's pretty cool.
Georgie, aren't you on vacation?
Georgie's always on vacation. Yeah, Georgie's always on vacation. I've been busy last. Usually, I try to catch some of the lives. You know, Georgie and Coop. They do theirs every day. I normally try to stop in for them. I've been busy the last couple of days. And then Mama Coop. I didn't see, was Mama Coop on tonight? I didn't see it on.
I thought she had these round things.
That was last night.
Oh.
I don't remember seeing it tonight. Hey, y'all, let me know if the audio is okay. I'm always paranoid about my audio not working right, but I think we're fine. On vacay with. Oh, that's right. They're up around Gatlinburg or somewhere, huh? Yeah, going to Dollywood, riding the roller coasters. We haven't been up there in a while. We like going up there. So again, it's hard to believe it's been a week already since we seem like these lives come around. I don't see how y'all do it every day. I just don't see how you do it. Okay, good. Thanks, Paul.
It's doesn't go. It's not going fast enough though.
Oh yeah, she's still got the cast on her foot, so she's still hobbling and doing. And
Monday, get it off on Monday.
Go Monday, and they're supposed to take it off, put you in a boot, right? One of those boot things, so then you can
at least walk a little bit.
Start putting some weight on that foot. It's been that'd be 3 weeks, right, since surgery. Let's try these glasses. Yeah, they look more old manly. It does go by fast.
Sevierville.
Sevierville.
That's close enough.
That's pretty close to Dollywood. Yeah, I like all that area. So did y'all ride through Cage Cove? Have y'all done that ride yet? So Cage Cove is.
I did. She did go to Waffle House.
Did you go to Waffle House, Georgie? All right. Hey, you get the bell for Waffle House. Yeah. Waffle House deserves a bell.
It always does when you're on vacation.
Yeah, it goes by too quick. So Cage Cove is just, I don't know which direction, north, not north. I think west of there. I don't know. But anyway, it's a nice ride through like a state park, and you get to see wildlife. Most people go through there hoping to see bear. I don't think we've ever seen one in there.
Yeah, most we've seen is turkeys.
We've seen some deer in there too.
Oh well.
Yeah.
That's
Turkeys and deer, but we've not seen a bear yet. Look, we ride through Cage Cove every time we go up there. And sometimes we ride through twice.
yeah.
And the only place we've ever seen a bear up there, we were on the lift going up to Ober Mount. How you say it? Ober Mountain.
Is that what that is? Because this is the right as you coming into Gatlinburg, that thing up there.
Anyhow, we were riding that lift up, and somebody said, "Well, there's a bear," and they were pointing, and we looked. Sure enough, there's a bear that went running through
Under our feet.
kind of up under us. So that's the only place we've seen it. As much as we rode through Cage Cove,
And as many times as we've been. Because there for a while, we were going 2 or 3 times a year.
Yeah.
We had season tickets to Dollywood.
Finally saw a bear right there in town. Yeah, it's a really nice ride. I want to say it's like a 12-mile ride through there or something. And usually the cars are going slow, and they've got old churches and log cabins and different things, historical things that are in there.
Trails.
There's hiking trails, just depends on what you want to do. We normally just ride, We have gotten out and looked at some of the cabins and churches and
We
things.
don't do that anymore.
We don't do the hiking stuff. I've never been a hiker.
We went to one that we had to go up a little ways to see.
Yeah. So it's a nice ride. If you get the chance to ride through Cage Cove, I think you'd like it. Yeah, I think you'd like it. We went camping. We went camping for the weekend. We took our camper and went to a campground not far from here. It's really nothing there.
I crawled into the camper and stayed.
Yeah,
Literally crawled in.
She had to sit down on the steps and then kind of crawl up the steps, not being able to use that foot. We had some ham radio people. I belong to a ham radio club, and a few of us met there to camp and play with ham radios. But that particular campground, it's a state park, but they don't have a pool or anything. It's not close to the beach, just a place to go camp, It's pretty, I guess, but wasn't really anything to do there. So I caught part of Madam Mayor. They were having a live today.
Yeah.
They were intending to do a members only live, but he clicked the wrong button and it went live for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But then, well, yeah, that's a silly question there, Paul. I'm going to deer hunt. I lost my train of thought. I was talking about Madam Mayor now, they were trying to do a live just for their members. And then they said, well, when we do a live for members, it's normally just them. So
that they don't have any members?
they got members, but, usually your members.
Oh, but your members can go back and watch?
I know with a smaller channel like me, I don't have members. I have never tried to do that.
You can't even get.
I'm doing it live for everybody, and I got 2 of y'all. Yeah,
you lost one.
Oh goodness. But yeah, they said normally when they do the members live, they just sit there and talk with nobody watching. But yeah, I guess the members can go back and watch it later. Yeah, we've been getting some trail cam pictures. We got some,
Did we?
looks like some nice deer this
I
year.
hadn't seen it. You hadn't seen it. Showed me.
I don't have them in mine.
Oh.
My brother will show me what he's got. Same area though. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the deer hunt. You know, I used to bow hunt a lot. I like bow hunting, but I don't know if I could even pull that compound bow back anymore. I'm not as strong as I once was.
Are we going to balloon races this year?
Yeah.
I don't know.
When is it? Have to look and see.
It's usually around Neil's birthday.
So I've been thinking about getting the crossbow, so I could bow hunt with. Well, here in Mississippi, used to what?
Go ahead.
We started laughing.
Go ahead.
Okay. See what I have to deal with? What?
I was just thinking about a deal.
No, we're not dealing.
We might.
So back to what I was saying. In Mississippi, used to, in order to use a crossbow, you had to be handicapped. Handicapped to use a crossbow. And then
Well, it's old handicap.
I don't know. You know, I think it was an age in there also. Once you reached a certain age, you could start using a crossbow. I don't remember that for sure, but I do know you had to be handicapped. Not just anybody could go get a crossbow. Well, they changed that and a few years ago, and anybody can hunt with a crossbow now. It's an additional license fee if you want to hunt with a crossbow.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, primitive weapon or, you know, the different things. And so now a lot of people have gone to a crossbow, and I don't know. It just always kind of seemed like cheating because crossbows shoot fast and hard and pretty good distance.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just something about hunting with a bow. And I did use a compound bow. And once I got into bow hunting and I got me one or two with a bow, I'm like, man, this is where it's at. I like bow hunting. Yeah, I do. But I haven't done it in a while because I don't know. Back when I was really into it, I would bow hunt all year. Even when gun season opened up, I'd still hunt with my bow. But since then, well, bow season, it's still hot and snakes are still out. I'm not crazy about getting out there until it gets cold. And then by that time, gun season's opened up.
Cold.
Sometimes it's too, but I got me a heater now. Uh-huh.
Or it's raining. Too cold. It's raining.
They are. I agree with that, Paul. But here's my deal. When I shot one with a bow, they were close enough and I could make a good placement. And, you know, I knew I could make a good shot. I never made real long shots and, you know, where it might not hit like it should or whatever. I made sure they were close enough range where it wasn't a doubt in my mind I was going to make a good, clean shot. And I did every time. Yeah, every time. But not everybody does that. Not everybody does that. Some people are, you know, careless with the way they hunt. That's just me. If I can't make a good shot, I won't take it. So I know before I sling the arrow or before I pull the trigger, it's going to be
Lights out.
lights out right
Poor
then.
little deer.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Hey, look, if y'all don't mind, reach down there and hit the like button and thumbs up, all that crazy stuff. So I didn't see. Let me see. I don't know. Was Mama Coop on tonight? Yeah, they get buck fever. So we had Rosh Hashanah has come and gone. I think it's over with now. Feast of Trumpets, the Jewish holiday. You know, I told y'all last week, don't listen to a lot of these people that were out there saying, "Oh,
Mama Coop is not on.
you know." Well, I was going to check and see if she did come. Well, she would be ending hers about right now, or a few minutes ago.
Hey, everybody.
Mama Coops wasn't on tonight. Okay. Dennis, I didn't think she was. I looked right before. Hey, Lady Jen, thanks for coming in. Glad y'all come in.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Jen, thanks for coming in. I'm a poet and didn't know it. Yeah, I just went over there looking to see. I didn't see. I wonder what happened because she's been going live every night. Matter of
Maybe
fact,
she's tired.
let's see. It's Thursday night when they do their truck driving. Paul knows. He usually.
Well, yeah, because they're usually driving trucks when we're doing this.
That's right. Sure is.
Duh.
See, that's why I got you here. Yeah, they didn't drive the trucks tonight. They must have been out of gas. Yeah, they must have been out of gas. So today, tell them what you bought me today.
What did I buy?
What did you buy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Tires. That's a deal.
She bought me some tires for my old truck. And I've been out. Well, you know, when you're doing these old ones and you know, I'm fixing it up and making it pretty and everything. Yeah, the truck's in the repair shop. That's right. I took the tires off the truck this morning, took them to the local Wally World to get me some nice, pretty raised letter tires on it, white letter tires. And I got the all-terrain, so they're going to give it that manly look. I like it. But anyhow, it's got the original rims from back in 1989. And some of the paint was coming off and a little rust spot here and there on the rims and all that. So I couldn't just have the tires put on and then slap them back on the truck. So this afternoon I've been, you know, sanding down on the rims and repainting them and making them look new again. Of course, the tires are already on there, so I got to tape the tires off and put plastic so I don't get paint on the tires, and just time-consuming process. I got 3 of them.
Well, you should have. You know what you should have done?
What should I have done?
Before you took them, then you wouldn't have to tape anything.
Painting them while the old tires are on. I thought about that.
And take them and then touch up.
But be my luck, they'd scratch them all up while they was doing it.
And then touch them up.
But anyhow, and I'm filming that stuff, so I'm going to have a video coming out in the next few days of the few things I've been doing on it here. I'm doing more than just the tires. I've done a few things, and I'll have a video soon showing all that. And if y'all hadn't watched any of those videos, go back and watch them. I'm kind of documenting these old trucks that I'm fixing up. So I guess our stuff is about fixing up the old trucks, vacationing, whether it's camping or cruising. It's mostly cruising. the villages. We do some videos about the villages because we've been over there a few times, and we like it. And we're talking about maybe buying a second home over there, but we hadn't decided. And then whatever little project we got going on, or whatever we're doing.
I'm just ready to go somewhere.
Yeah, it's funny. We're both kind of that way. We go on vacation and we enjoy vacation, but I like coming home too. And then we come home, and after
2 days, I'm ready to go again.
I'm a little long. After about 2 weeks at home, I start getting kind of ready to go somewhere, go do something.
I've been almost 3 weeks.
Yeah, but see, you got all these doctor's appointments with that foot and everything.
I know, and I'm due. I told you it's around Neil's birthday.
You don't want me to look?
You look. Go ahead.
17 through 19. So it's more like Austin's birthday.
Neil's birthday's the 16th.
Oh, that's
Austin's birthday's the 25th.
I had them back. Okay, it's around Neil's birthday. Where we gonna stay?
You got your sister and my sister.
Anyway, yeah, they're in, the trucks are in the repair. Look, why? So Mama Coop and Georgie normally drive their trucks on Thursday. Okay, Georgie's gone. Mama Coop still could have drove her. Lady Jen could have went in there and drove a truck. That's what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for?
Oh, I'm just looking at different things. So, hey, look, I saw on the news a while ago, or not on the news, but on the YouTubes. Was it Comey? They're fixing to indict
James Comey.
James Comey. They're fixing to indict him on a couple of things. I don't know what. I hate to see all this stuff happening. It's like, going after the people in the other party. But in the defense of the Republican, I am Republican and I'm right leaning, that's not really why I'm saying this. I'm just saying this in general. The other side started over the last couple of administrations. They really got ugly about going after the other side, to the point where now the other side saying, okay, y'all started it, so now we're going to do it.
Side. It's just crooked, period. It doesn't matter what side they're on. If they're crooked.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They're all kind of shady and crooked. If you want to go after them, you can go after them, but it's to me, it looked like the left really started it over the last couple of administrations they had. And now the right saying, okay, y'all open this can of worms. We're going to do the same thing. So that's what they're doing. What? I might be laughing at something on the internet. Hey, y'all, I was, I don't even know how I stumbled across this story, but maybe I tell you what, I'm going to show y'all a crazy story that happened where we are, near where we are anyway. And it was back in the 40s, I think. Yeah, it was in 1942. So I guess what I'm saying is, where you're at, is anything, crazy you got some wild story or something from where you live. This one, let me share it with you. Let me share the screen. So this was back in 1942, and this was the Phantom Barber, is what they called it.
Here.
Let me go ahead and bring us up down at the bottom. You give me some too. So this guy, and again, this is in 1942, so nothing about going on now, but he would slip into a room or house or whatever in the middle of the night and just cut the hair of, it was mainly younger girls, but it was some adult girls, and that was it. He would just cut some hair and take it with him, like he was collecting it, or I don't know what he was doing. And it went on for a while, man. It had people, upset and scared and all that, but I just thought it was a crazy story. But yeah, it got to be known that, the Phantom Barber, and that town is Pascagoula, Mississippi, which I don't live in that town, but I'm pretty close to it. But I was just reading about it, and it wasn't one or two. He went into quite a few that he would cut the screen and go through the window.
I think I would know if somebody's pulling my hair.
Yeah, probably. But he wouldn't steal anything, he didn't hurt anybody and nothing like that. He just cut some hair and leave. Now, the story gets a little more as you read it. They ended up arresting a guy. Let me scroll down. Well, this little girl right here, she actually woke up and saw it. And he told her he said, give her the, told her not to make it sound. Well, she screamed. Well, he jumped out the window and was gone. Then this was an article that was in the paper. That's her sister holding her cut hair right there. And then it was another woman, it's just, things about different women that he cut their hair. And then there was a guy, let me see if I can find his name. Anyhow, this guy was named William Dolan. That's who it was. That's who was eventually arrested. But he got into an altercation with some adults that he had some kind of issue with. They worked together, and it wasn't random. Well, this is during the war, and he was German, and he was a German sympathizer, and I think he was a scapegoat. Really, I mean, I think he whooped these people with a tire iron or something, a pipe, and they arrested him on the assault on them. And while they had him, since he was a German sympathizer, which was not a popular thing to be back then, they named him as the Phantom Barber. And he was arrested for that. And then the story goes on to years later, I think a governor or somebody, because he maintained that he was not the Phantom Barber. He maintained his innocence, and somebody, I'm thinking it was a governor, to try to clear it up, had him take a lie detector test, and he passed it, and because of that, they let him out early. Because I guess the long-term sentence he was in there for was the Phantom Barber charges. And since he passed the lie detector test, they decided he was not the Phantom Barber, and they let him out. But when he was arrested, it stopped, so it's still a question as to whether he was actually the Phantom Barber or not. But anyway, I just thought it was a crazy story. And there's another crazy story from the same area But I think I'm gonna save it till next week. I'll bring it up next week. That'll be something to talk about. But my question is, do you guys have some oddball, crazy story from where you're at? I'm sure there's something, everywhere probably has some story. I got a good one for next week, though. Yep. Hey, let's share. How about we share Lady Jen's page? Lady Jen's in here. I hope she's still in here. Anyway, look, if y'all have not subscribed to Lady Jen's page, make sure you go over there and do that. Nothing as bizarre as that one. I've got one next. I've got one next week that's even more bizarre than that. And actually, it was in the same town. Yeah, sure was. But I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. Y'all have to tune in next week and hear what that story is. But anyhow, I like to promote somebody's channel. And since Lady Jen was in here, and I'm assuming she's still in here, she's got her page and she hangs out with Redneck, and they have a show in the afternoons. And I try to stop in on that every so often also. So make sure you subscribe to Lady Jen and check out their stuff. Well, it's kind of slow tonight. We don't have a whole lot of folks in here. So we're not going to be on here long. I didn't have a whole lot to talk about anyway. Yeah, we count on audience participation. Well, I'm glad Georgie and them are up there having a good time. So Paul, what's been the highlight of the vacation up there so far for you? Have y'all been up there and listened to the music at the Old Smoky? Is that the name of the whiskey place or moonshine place? Yeah. They got the rocking chairs and little stage there in the middle. You can kind of sit sort of outside and listen to bands. I like doing that. It's not much more to do up in Gatlinburg.
It's all in.
It's just shopping, right?
Gatlinburg don't have anything.
Yeah.
It's shopping, but they do have that thing we went up.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing really to do up there.
Right.
Look.
So Gatlinburg, just walk around, go to the shops and stuff. But they do have the whiskey place and moonshine place, and they got music playing there. We like that.
Escape room. That's what we did
Mm-hmm.
here. Had fun.
We also try to do the wine trail every time we're up there. If you go to so many of them, you get a gift or something. We usually try to do that. Drove through the state park. Which state park? You're not talking about Cades Cove, are you? I thought y'all said y'all hadn't been there. It's riding around up there. It's just pretty, To them, it's probably not much. They'd probably think like down here where we kind of take for granted the beach because we see it all the time. People live in the mountains. When they come to the beach, they probably look at it the same way I look at the mountains when I go up there. I'm just in awe of how pretty it is. And they're probably the same. I guess just different, something different. But yeah, I like riding around up there. I remember the last time there we did the big Ferris wheel down in
Pigeon Forge.
Pigeon Forge. Yeah.
Yeah, in that little, I forgot what you call that area. And it was a
What
lot
did
of
they call
amusement.
that area?
Had ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah, we did that. And yeah, it's a lot to do with the kids in Pigeon Forge. You know, a lot of game type stuff and go karts and all that. Of course, you got Dollywood close by.
I saw they went to the aquarium.
I don't think we've ever done the aquarium. I know right where it's at.
We did the wax museum.
We did. We did the Titanic one time.
We did the Titanic.
That was pretty cool. So there's a neat little story about the Titanic, and we learned this when we went through that Titanic museum thing up there. So you remember the scene in the Titanic where they had the big staircase that went up where the clock was, and that was a big part of the movie, was that around that staircase. So when the Titanic was built, and they were building the staircase, they decided that they would make the staircase. How do I put? I'm trying to word it without giving away what it was.
Best and latest.
It was the best and latest material, the most expensive stuff that they could get
Floor.
for the flooring of the staircase. I guess that's the best way to put it. Only the richest of the rich could afford this stuff, and that's what they put on those steps going up to the clock on the ship. And I'll throw it out there. If anybody has a guess as to what they had on the steps going up to the staircase, keep in mind it was the most expensive stuff they could get. And at that time, only the richest of the rich could afford this stuff. And that's what they put on those stairs. So I'm going to give everybody a minute if anybody wants to guess what they had on the staircase going up to the clock in the Titanic. It'll blow your mind.
How long are you going to give them?
I'm just going to leave that question out there for a minute. We might go and talk about something else while we're giving them time to think about it. So my old truck's getting the new tires on it, and the truck is looking good. That's turning out to be a really pretty truck. I'll be sharing a video the next couple of days. I'm trying to think what our last video. I guess it was from the Alaskan cruise. Yeah, we put a video out a week or so ago from the Alaskan cruise. Prior to that was like the hot springs and the ice museum. And so if you haven't seen those, we spent a month up in Alaska, about 2.5, 3 weeks with our son up near Fairbanks. We did a few things up there. We made a video about that. And then we took an Alaskan cruise and we did video about that. So those videos are out there. If you haven't watched them, we'd appreciate it if you go back and watch them. All right, doesn't look like anybody's going to guess as to what material they put on the steps of the Titanic. All right, I'm going to throw it at you. It's going to blow your mind. So the most expensive material they could get at that time that only the richest of the rich could afford because it was the latest, greatest thing was linoleum. Stuff that this is the cheapest now and we wouldn't even have it. But that's what they put on the steps leading up to the clock. They had linoleum because it was new, it was the latest thing, and it was very expensive. So that was the most elegant, I guess, word you'd say, thing that they could that they could put on there. But that's what they had in the Titanic was linoleum on the steps. All right. Well, we've talked about some strange story and we got to chat a little bit with you guys. We appreciate y'all coming in tonight, having coffee with us. Oh, yeah. Let me show Georgie.
Georgie's not in there anymore.
Well, Paul can tell her. I had my Waffle House cup tonight. Go ahead and tell you, if you live in a town that doesn't have a Waffle House, you need to move. Got to have a Waffle House. Redneck Hibachi. All right. Appreciate y'all coming in. Y'all have fun on your vacations and stuff. And be sure you go subscribe to Lady Jen. And we'll catch y'all next Thursday. But look for a video coming out before then, update on one of the old trucks. So till next time, it's Larry.